Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm back with a Soul Scrappers Challenge today. This one is a movie from screen to scrap, and the movie they chose was Barbie. So the colours had to be focused primarily on blue and pink, and this is the layout I created. And I love this photo of my daughter, so this is perfect. I'm going to use some flowers. I've gone through my pile of papers to find colours that match. I've got a blue cardstock, I've got some blue for my background. Even though it gets a lot coloured up, it still comes through, and I've got pink for papers. And I'm going with an old technique for this one, some paper blocking, and I'm using it to build up the background. I've chosen to use this geometric pattern on the base. Even though, as I said, a lot of it gets covered up, it does peek through where the colour blocking happens. So what I've done is I've cut down my blue cardstock and I've mounted my photo, and I'm using spun sugar, so that's keeping with the pink and the blue theme, and I'm using spun sugar here to distress the edges. And I know that paper on the background had some great cut aparts, but I'm using it here to build this page on the B side. Alright, so I've got a little tag here that says The Good Life, and I'm using that as one of my blocks in there. This is a layout that's a bit summery, a bit fun. My daughter on her kayak out in the river in the middle of the summer. It's nice and bright and cheerful. The joke is that she's not a girly girl, but her brothers bought her a pink life jacket, and it's not just a light pink, it's a bright pink, so it's quite funny. They do tend to take the mickey out of her, having fun at her, and this was one opportunity, but she's gone with it, and she totally loves going out on the river. Alright, so as you can see, I'm mounting some of the blocks, and I'm leaving others. If my voice is like too fast, please let me know. Often get told Aussies talk too fast, and if that's the case, let me know. I'm really sorry. Putting the pieces together allows it to have some dimension as well, so it's not just flat against the background. So it takes some time to work out the placement, and I have gone through this video and I've chopped out a lot of downtime where I'm contemplating. As you can see, I seem to stop and think and work out where it's going, and then I rearrange and I place again, and all of that takes, you would think, no time at all, but I seem to procrastinate quite a lot, and then realign and shuffle and move and cut up more cardstock and rejig it, and it takes a while. So you'd think with the colour blocking and the paper blocking that that'd be really quick, but sometimes it goes together easily and sometimes it doesn't. And as you can see from mine, I actually had to fiddle around a little bit till I got it to the way I wanted it to be. And that pink flower paper there that I've just sliced is absolutely to die for, and it's from Uniquely Creative. It's called, let's see here what it's called. It's called Sweet Magnolia, and it's just gorgeous. So it fitted perfectly with the theme, and I've added it in into the place 4 times so that it looks predominant and draws the eye around the page. So that's the other thing with colour blocking. You need to make sure that it's balanced so that the eye does roam the page. I've put in spacing between each of them so that that blue geometric pattern shows through, and I've blocked it around. This one here being the title, I've actually popped it on pop tape. The same with my photo. I popped it on pop tape so that it's up off the grid and allows it to stand up. I went and got some blue and some pink gel pens just to put in some faux stitching on some of the paper blocks, just to add some detail and interest to the page. It can look pretty flat at times, but with the faux stitching in there, it's enough to lift it and give it some interest. I've got these flowers that I've had forever, and I just thought perfect. Now, off screen, unfortunately, I keep forgetting that you can't see my lap when I'm doing this. I use my awl, and the ends of the flowers I wind around it to give it a little bit of a curl so that the stem comes out as a curl, and that adds interest. So I'm playing around with the flowers just to get the arrangement right, and I'm adding in a clock here. As you can see, when I plan my layouts in my head, they don't always end up the way I think they're going to end up, and it becomes a bit of a play. I went and found some blue flowers in their material. The pink ones are paper, so it mixes it up and gives it a texture. And I've got these little blue pearl flowers that I have had for a long, long time. So I'm glad that I'm getting to bash some stash and clearing it and putting it onto a page like it should. I've got some pink gems which will go into the middle of the blue flowers. They're flat back sparkle gems. And I found these 4 little pearl blue squares that I'm going to put in onto the page as well, just to add some interest to those colour blocks so that they're not so flat all the way around. And as you can see, that too requires some thought and some manipulation until I'm happy with where they sit. Add in these extra arrows just so that your eye is drawn to the photo, because remember, in all our pages, our photos are our heroes. This is a 5x7 photo, that's why it's a single by itself for this page, and I actually love this photo because she's actually naturally smiling. It's not a forced smile, she's really enjoying herself. So that's a rarity with this child of mine. She always feels so awkward, and this one is just a natural enjoyment of the moment, and that's all I can ask for my children, is that they are enjoying the moment, because you never know what's happening around the corner. So, and that's what I want to capture in my pages and in my albums. Alright, so I'm gluing everything down. I use tacky glue for that, or I use pop tape, or I use Express-It double-sided tape as my go-tos. There are other adhesives I use, but they are my main go-tos. Alright, so I'm just finishing it off with all the little bits and pieces, adding it in there. And I'm going to add to the clusters because they're looking a little bit flat. And I'm going to put in some foliage, some leaves, just so that they look like flower clusters and a bit more natural. And I've chosen the blue to complement the colours, and I'm just tucking them in behind the flowers, and I'm making sure that there's an equal balance around the cluster so that the eye roams, and you can see all of that together. Finishing off, of course, with my favourite, my Nouveau drops, and this one is a pink Nouveau drop, and that just adds a little element extra to the page. And you can see that I've got the 3 dots in a row, and then I've added 3 dots in the clusters. So there's how they look, and as you can see, it adds a little bit more dimension to the page, and it finishes it off quite nicely. So I love how this came together. It was a simple colour block. It was a quick page come together, and this shows how easy it can be to pull a page really quickly. Blue and pink, not my go-tos, but came well for this. I'm glad you joined me. I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap. You can follow me on my Instagram account where all my layouts end up. And have a great day from down under. This is Kathy. See you next time.